Hi, Dr. Jones here with a new weekly message and a new issue of the SHS Warrior Call. As always, I appreciate you taking the time to listen and to read. Now, here's the thing. This week, I really appreciate you taking the time to read because that's what this message is about. The information that I've included in the newsletter right above this video message. I usually don't talk about things like this or about series that are out or books that are out, but I found this to be an incredibly important topic that needs some attention. So here goes. There's a relatively new series out on Netflix called 13 Reasons Why, and a lot of buzz is being brought up about this, and more students are talking about watching it, even binge watching it, which, let's be honest, we're all guilty of when our favorite series comes on and we've missed quite a few episodes. But this is based on a book by the same title, 13 Reasons Why, and the story is about an individual that decides to commit suicide and then send 13 messages out to individuals telling them why they were partially responsible for this person's decision to take their own life. Very powerful stuff. The thing with a book is, when you're reading it in a book, you can take and put that book down. You can go ask for guidance, for support, for help in understanding and unraveling some of these very difficult topics as you read through it, especially if you're in a vulnerable spot yourself. It helps build understanding when you have somebody to guide you through it. The Netflix series, not so much. And as a matter of fact, when you add cinema to any story, we know that the way they inject drama is to make it high drama and to sometimes take a little bit of artistic license, or a lot, with a story. The problem with the series is that it's graphic. It is very graphic with some very serious topics. Suicide, rape, bullying. A student watching this may have some issues because of a couple reasons. One, it glamorizes suicide and the act of revenge. Two, it really hones in on accusing adults of failing to realize any of the signs that a student is in trouble or a child is in trouble, and then on top of that, even worse, failing to respond appropriately once they do know the signs. Three, it really pushes the idea that there is no alternative method of help when somebody is in trouble like this or needs help like this. And did you know NASP, the National Association of School Psychologists, actually reports that graphic depictions of suicide are connected to a 4 to 5 times greater risk of attempting suicide for vulnerable people that watch them. So it's one thing to talk about this and to make you aware, but what we've done is we've put out a lot of information. Seekonk High School has put out documents in this newsletter, and basically what it does is it's a quick overview of some of the supports that we have here at Seekonk High School that are available to you. It gives a quick overview, something easy to read. It's a one-pager, but oh so important. NASP, the National Association of School Psychologists, has also put out some documents for guidance. They're a little longer, but I have to tell you, they're incredibly valuable for you to take a look at. They have a section for educators to help debrief with stuff like this if they hear it in their classrooms. There's a section for parents, and most important, there's a section for students. And there are resources to get help if they are in need of help. The series also emphasizes, or does not emphasize, I should say, that suicide is not typically, according to NASP, the effect or the result of one incident or maybe 2 incidents. What suicide, or the common element in a lot of suicides they report, is that it's a connection or a combination between a treatable mental illness and overwhelming, intolerable stressors. Things that just can't be dealt with without help. Now, here's the deal. You've heard me talk about perseverance, character, and pushing through all the time in these weekly messages. You've heard me write, you've seen me, and you can't hear a blog, but you've seen me write about them in my blog. But here's the deal with that. We all need help from time to time. Myself, everyone. There is always help. You just have to ask for it. You can't be proud, you just have to ask for it. What you need to work on, that I've said plenty of times, is being the best version of yourself. Why? Because you are the best you that there is. Period, case closed. And then whatever you do, you have to live by that motto that I've said over and over again. Move about in life doing no harm. and that especially means doing no harm to yourself. This is an incredibly important topic, and anybody that may be vulnerable or may need help and needs to just reach out sometimes falls victim to somebody glamorizing, taking artistic license, or anything like that with such a sensitive subject. So please, the one way we have to make sure that many of us stay safe is through thoughtful dialogue. Talk to each other. Tell each other what we're thinking and what we're feeling, and you'll get a little further. That being said, please remember, be purposeful, act with integrity, and build your character. Take care and be well, and once again, thanks for listening. Please take the time to read and check out some of these resources. Have a great weekend.